Before anything else, man, make sure you smash that like, definitely subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be dropping bangers for all of 2K26, man. But in today's video, I have a 6'11" monster for y'all, man. I'm talking about this build can dunk, it can drive, because I actually put a little bit of speed with ball, a little ball handle with it. You know, if you can get kind of shifty with the dribble moves, you'll love this build. And it is not slow. With a lot of those 7-4s out there, this build can get consistent contests on a 7-4, and if you want to, you can actually add more to the build to make it even better. But all right, man, let's get into this build. So just so I'm not wasting any time, man, I went ahead and put the whole build up on the screen, man. Got the whole thing. Just make sure you leave that like and definitely comment. Let me know what you think about the build, man. The most important attributes on here is that 89 driving dunk with that 80 vert. You know, because I did want to get those contacts off one. Those are really important. I do drive a lot on this build, so that's one thing that you have to make sure you get. That standing dunk on a 90. Now that's not necessarily something you need. You could drop that to an 81, get a little bit more out of the build, but I felt really comfortable with that 90 right there. Post control, not important. Now the 87 mid-range shot, that's mostly for, you know, just getting the jump shot you want. Now if the jump shot you use is unlocked before that, then I would definitely say you'll probably just be good with that 83 3 ball. You can take the points off midi and save a little bit there. Just make sure you keep it at a 75. A lot of the shooting takeovers need you with like a 75 3 and an 83, well, 75 midi and an 83 ball. So that's definitely something to think about. The pass act, I went with a 75. I know I missed a badge, not going 77. I'm cool on that. Versatile visionary, build seems to work without it. 75 pass act is actually pretty good. I would be willing to probably go around a 70 for a build that doesn't touch the ball as much. Like if you're a shooting guard and you're doing mostly catch and shoots, then you could probably do with a little bit of less pass act, but you ain't hear that from me. Speed with ball, 55. You need that for Giannis's dribble style. Definitely a good dribble style for bigs. Now, one thing that I'm gonna talk about when I get into the cap breakers, the ball handle is a little low. We'll address that in a second. 82 interior, 88 block. I went with an 88 for high flying denier. I feel like that is a really good badge and definitely something that you want to have on your build. Now, once again, we're gonna get back to that 88 block with the cap breakers. So I went with an 80 for the offensive rebound. I'm really not down there. This build is really a shooter, so I'm really out on the perimeter a lot more. But once I bump that up to an 80, I feel like that'll be just fine. Now the 92 defensive rebound, pretty good. 68 speed on a big man, I feel like it's pretty good, pretty solid. 53 agility, 83 strength, and I know that's a little low for a big, but I'm not having any trouble rebounding. I'm not getting swim moved a lot, you know. And there's things you can do when people are trying to swim you, like move your stick, the left stick, in that same direction, and it'll kind of deny that move a little bit. Then 80 vert to definitely help me get those rebounds even better. I jump over a lot of bigs, especially those 7-4s, even though they have a higher rebounding stat than me most of the time, they're not getting that board, man. And with that perimeter, I almost forgot to say, that does help you get contests on the 7-4, but we'll talk about that a little bit more right now, actually. So with the perimeter, you can get that up even more. You can take that up to that 71, so you can get those additional badges to help you play defense on the perimeter even better. Now for the block, we stopped at an 88. I didn't think I would get the cap breakers as fast as I got them, but you can take that up to a 93, and that does get you gold paint patroller. I feel like that is a very important badge. If you haven't, if you don't have a build with paint patroller very high, I mean, you might not know, but dunks are kind of OP, layups are kind of OP, and paint patroller being higher is pretty much the only way that you can, you know, get a little bit of stops on those. So I did make this as like a park big man, so I really didn't put any free throw on it. I mean, free throws are what they are. Like if you drive a lot or you find yourself running to the rim a lot, then maybe throw some of that on free throw, get your free throw up a little bit higher. At about 80, I feel like it's probably the sweet spot for free throws. Really easy to make. This is something to think about. Of course, you can add to your physicals. I do have the badge specialization one from shooting, and I also chose shooting specialization on this build, but that'll help you get the agility up. Now, if you wanted more agility for like different motion styles, that's a really good place to put it. I probably won't use any of my build specialization cap breakers on actually shooting. I just did it because that's one of the ones that I was the furthest in, so I chose shooting on this build. Now, as far as the badges go, I pretty much got all the important ones maxed out already. Box Out Beast, I got that on gold. Deadeye, I max +1 that. You probably wouldn't need to do that. I mean, like, Deadeye is pretty important, but it's not like crazy. Like, a lot of the times with a 6'11", if the other team is playing zone, the person you're shooting over will more than likely be a lot shorter than you. And if not, run to the corner and do your thing. And in the case that you're playing a 7'4", he can't keep up with you, man. Blow right by him, use a couple dribble moves, you'll be good to go. Tier 2 badges, High Flying Denier, that is super important for this build. I'm telling you, make sure you use that. Posterizer, I max +1 that thing. And we're just gonna look at some of my badge perks, man. I did use my max +2 to get Rebound Chaser. Shifty Shooter, I shoot a lot of fades, a lot of middies. So that's a badge that, you know, I tend to have a little bit higher. Clutch Gene, I really don't need these badges. I just kind of put those there just to, you know, be using something. And yeah, Limitless Range isn't really a badge that I find much importance in. Dimer, that either. I mean, you got to green it, so how much does Dimer really help? You know, maybe 2K Labs or 2K2s to be dropping a video on that here soon. As far as takeovers go, this is probably the one that I use the most. It's called the Commander. I mean, it helps you play defense on the interior. You get interior defense, block, and defensive rebound. Now, as far as for a custom takeover, on a build like this, I'll probably suggest like maybe 3-pointer and defensive rebound, depending on how you play. Of course, you can do more than one, but the more you put into them, the less it actually boosts the stat. Like you see right there at the end, I'm getting all the way to a +10 3-pointer. As soon as I throw another thing in there, it drops to a 0.6. Even if I change it to something that I have a lot of attributes in, it just makes it less. So you can use your takeovers to boost the skills you don't have, but at the same time, I mean, I'd rather just strengthen a strength and strengthen a weakness for it to still not be that great. Now, when it comes to the dribbling animations on this build, all you need is that Giannis dribble style. If you want to unlock other moves, what you have to do, you have to throw points into ball handling. You got to get higher than the 60, higher than the 50. And once you do that, it'll start unlocking more moves. You really don't need a lot of them. The dribble style is more than enough. I get past people all the time. I mean, a lot of the times you're going to be playing against a very slow-footed center. I've been able to take this in 1v1s and cook up. Like, you really don't need a lot of crazy moves to do it, and the normal moves are not bad. So that's just something to think about when you're making this type of build. Only other thing I will say that is really important on this build for animations, this dribble pull-up, Nikola Jokic, it looks kind of goofy, but when I tell you it goes in and it kind of catches people off guard quite a lot. Definitely something to think about. But the hop jumper, that's easy. Nikola Jokic, of course. You get those fades that are pretty hard to contest, that when you kind of just jump backwards, and high arcing shot is definitely what you want on this build. Now, of course, I'm gonna show y'all my jump shot. Now, for the jump shot, you want to go Jonathan Isaac, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Tim Duncan. I always go a little past push. I really like where this is. It is a super high jumper. It does not get contested a lot. Release speed, take that all the way up. But if you are missing a lot, I would say take that release speed, dial it down a little bit. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it can make a huge difference in your shooting percentage. And of course, with that blend, I went 66-34. It is a very good jump shot, very easy to time. The cue is at the top, and right before you let that thing go, even on push, it's almost at release. You see how close they are. That kind of lets you know how the jump shot actually feels when you shoot on it. Now, for the dunks, like I said, I do get 1 foot moving contact dunks. Haven't bought those yet, but I have been using 2 foot contact dunks. As a big, it feels pretty good. Standing dunks, make sure you're throwing those pro big man contacts and elite big man contacts. It'll definitely make it super easy for you to play. Now, for this, I've been taking these dunks on and off. I do not suggest Zion. He has a few weird ones in there that I really don't like. I was using Scottie Pippen for a little while. I don't like those park dunks that you get sometimes. Just not a fan of them at all. Dwight Howard's have been good for a while. It just does a lot of 2 foot joints. And of course, one of the best ones to have on a really big man is Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. If you can get that dunk style, definitely make sure you do it. And it doesn't take a lot to get it, man. A 75 standing and a 73 driving. That's like almost nothing. I mean, as a big, you should be able to get that, unless you're one of the 7'4s that can't dunk or something like that. But alright man, that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. But before you do, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. I'm dropping bangers for all of 2K26. But I will catch y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. Peace.